Shit gets in your head, man! That's how it happens. That's how it happens. It happens that easy, man. You like that. Whoosh! Sudoku dreams up in smoke. You dropped out of school for nothing. Your esports dreams savaged. You hold down the D-pad, you really get going fast. That's high-level movement strats. So that's definitely not going to be an 8. Either of these could be an 8. We don't know yet. I'm in the zone now. Look at that. Yeah, I got the hot hand. Hot Sudoku hand. It's not that one, it's not that one, it's not that one. Okay, yeah. Alright, twos. Two. Shit. Music got me. Alright, 3, 3, 3. There's a lot of... that's gotta be 3. So that means that's gotta be a 3. That can't be a 3, that can't be a 3. So that's gotta be a 3. That's gotta be a 3. Wait. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Why is 3 still lit up? Did I put too many 3s in? I did. I did. Ah! Alright, so... That has to be 3 because that 3 is there, because that 3 is there, so that means that one's not the 3. That one is. Let's hope. Move on to 6. We'll move on to 6. Not seeing a lot of 6s out here to work with. Just go right to 7. Just go right to 7. 7, 7. One of these has to be a 7. There's 7 there. That means one of these has to be a 7. It's got to be that one. That means that's a 7. That means one of these is a 7. Music's taking me, man. Music's taking me. Oh. Oh, it's just clear our heads. Give 8 a shot. Give 8 a shot. That's got to be an 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means that's got to be a 6. What are we missing here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. But we don't know anything about 6s or 9s here. But we know the 6 is there, so that means there's got to be 6s here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means 8 and 9 are down here. Excuse me. Let's do 9s. Let's get crazy. Let's do 9s. Let's do 9s. Alright, 9. Ugh. Gotta fucking focus. Can't fucking focus. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. That's too many. That's too many. Well, let's just take it back to basics. We'll look at 5s. 5, 5. That's got to be a 5. 5. That means one of these is a 5. That means this can't be a 5. This could be a 5. This could be a 5. But there's already 5 there. So that's a 5. That's definitely not a 5. That means our 5s are up here. That means that's got to be a 5. That means one of these is a 5. We don't know which. We don't know which. What about over here? 5, 5. One of these is a 5. We don't know which. What about over here? 5, 5, 5. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay. So if there's a 5 there, that can be a 5. That's going to be 5. That can be a 5. That's going to be a 5. That's our 5s. 6. 6 has to be up here. We don't know. We don't know about this. There's not a lot of good 6 data here yet. We're going to have to fill in the rest of these here. One of those is a 6. That's a 6. And that's a 6. It's interesting, you know, on the hold, it doesn't wrap around, but if you tap, you can wrap around. That's some fucking pro speed. They have definitely spent a lot of time thinking about Sudoku. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we got our 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. One of these is a 6. That can't be a 6. That's means that's a 6. And that means that's a 7. Oh. Stay focused on these 6s, man. That means that's a 6. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. All right, wrap up these 7s. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. What about these 8s? What do you know about an 8? What the fuck you know about an 8, son? Oh, it's 8s! Means that has to be a 9. That means that has to be an 8. 8, 8, 8. 8. That's a 9, that's a 9. That's a 9. That's a 9. Woo! What you know about 10 minutes? What you know about PlayStation 4 games for 500 yen? That was intense, man. I'm not gonna lie. You know, we did it together. I wasn't focused for a little bit there. I was snapping out of it, but let's post it. Boom. Oh, 11 through 20 are now available. Wait, are there only 50 puzzles in this motherfucker? Because, well, I guess it's $5. I don't know. I don't know what this is. It defaults to that. I can't read no Japanese. I don't get to do this as much as you used to, you know? It used to be that you had to be pretty good at kind of deciphering, Japanese menus and import games and stuff like that, because, you know, you were kind of constantly importing stuff and playing stuff, but, you know, it's just the world's not like that. Left or right, is that what that says? I wonder what that means in this context. Huh. Weird. Yeah, so, you know, you get pretty good at just kind of intuitively figuring out, like, okay, that's probably quit, that's probably this, and going around like it like that way. But don't really have to do that much anymore, so it's nice. So these all 9x9s? I don't know why they even have an entry in the... Maybe they'll do DLC later that's... Oh man, these puzzles have names? Because this one is Casti! Oh wait, that one's also... Oh, maybe it's just who created the puzzle? And someone is named Casti? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, numpad on left or right. That makes sense. Alright. You know, that's just basic skills. You know, if I really rolled out some advanced techniques and was really on my shit and thinking two things at once instead of just one, could probably shave another 30, 45 seconds off that time, you know? Or if it had like better like controls for changing numbers a little bit more quickly and stuff. That's, you know, it's not necessarily the DualShock 4. Look, it's a great controller. It might be the best. Not necessarily the best controller layout for Sudoku. And they could have used the touchpad. They could have used the touchpad for something. All right. Get loose. Yeah. Stretch. If I've been drinking, no. This is like a number puzzle, man. I gotta be on my fucking game, son. Whoa. Overzealous with them twos. One, two, three, four. Three. 3. Okay, 5s. They get real stingy with the info right around the time you get to 6 on this first set of puzzles I'm finding. Alright, 6. Think! Why am I even filling in hints at this point? Like, it's just skip to another number. Come back later. That's got to be one of those. Has to be 7. That can't be a 7. No, how about I just take care of this one here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then that then has to be a 6 because there's no place else for that stuff to go. Because that can't be a 6. Then we can finish our 6s probably. Oh boy. Let's see what 8 has to say real quick here. So that has to be... a lot of inconclusive. So it's got to be the center there, so it can't be that one. Can't be that one. Oh, but that has to be an 8. Yeah. 8, okay. That means one of these has to be an 8. Fucking up. Okay, that has to be an 8. That has to be an 8. That has to be 9. Which means that has to be a 7. Which means one of these has to be a 7. That has to be a 7, and then that has to be an 8. So we've got 7 there. Where's our last 7? That's a 7. So that's a 7. And that's 7s. Okay. That has to be an 8 because there's already a 9 there. So that has to be a 9. That has to be a 9. So that has to be an 8. And we are done. Do that Bruce Lee thing where you bend over, your shoulder blades up, and then rip Chuck Norris's chest hair off. And does this have trophies? It surely does. thinking about trophies and got totally discombobulated again, man. Come on. All right. Twos. Two, two, two. Two. So it can't be there, so it's got to be one of these. That means that can't be a 2 because that's a 2. So we got 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2, 2, 2. 3, 3, 3. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5. Six. Another trophy. Racking them up. So that, none of those can be 6s. That has to be a 6. So that has to be a 6. We still don't know about that 6. We still don't know about that 6. But we do know that's an 8. And we do know that's a 6. And we do know that that's a 6. And we know that that's a 6. Okay. That has to be a 7. That has to be a 7. One of those is a 7. What else do we know about 7s? We know that's a 7. We know one of those is a 7. 7, 7, 7. So that means that's got to be a 7. That means that's got to be a 7. 7 times 7. 7 times 7. 7. Eights. Okay, let's see. This is where it gets actually faster to start really playing it like that, you know. We still don't know about no 8s up there. All right, so 8 and 9 are gonna be right here. There are no 8s in here. That's a 9. That's an 8. That's a 9. Means that's an 8. Oh. That's an 8. So that's an 8. That's a 9. That's a 9. That's an 8. That's a 9. Ah! Post it up. 531. Way less information. Way less of them filled in. Oops. Okay, so we got 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's gotta be 2. Which means that's gotta be 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's all our 2s. Okay. Threes, man. There are no 3s here at all. There's 1 3. All right, we're gonna get off 3, check out 4. Okay, so that can't be a 4. These can't be a 4. So 4's got to be in the top row here. These are going to be in the bottom column. Row. Okay. There or there, but it could be here or here. Alright, looks like we got some 7s here to work with. Man, this is a much more difficult puzzle. We got 6 and 6, 6, 6. Boy. Okay, that and that. So that means this could be a 6, that could be a 6. That could be a 6. That could be a 6. Okay. Let's look at the rest of our 7s here. There's not a lot of other 7s to look at. How about 8? Anything to be learned from 8? Let's go rethink 1s. Alright, we got 1, we got 1. Man. Alright. Okay. One blah. Oh no, my mind! My mind! Cracking up, man. Can't handle the pressure. Alright, that could be a 9, that could be a 9, that could be a 9, and any of these 4 can be a 9. Five. There we go. Okay. That means that's got to be a 5. One of those is a 5. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And now our 5s are wrapped up. Okay. Let's look at 1s again. Yeah. So that's got to be 1. Which means that can't be that, can't be that. So that's got to be a 1. That's got to be a 1. 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1. And 1. And those are our 1s. Threes, threes, threes. There's just not a lot of 3s on this fucking board. Alright, let's, there seems to be some 6s. Let's think about 6s. That's gotta be a 6. That's gotta be a 6. That's gotta be a 6. And that's gotta be a 6. Means that has to be a 7. That means that has to be a 7. Well, I need to blink more. Okay, so what do we got here? We got 7s on the bottom 3. We got 7s all along the left side. So that could be a 7, that could be a 7, that could be a 7. That could be a 7, that could be a 7. Let's think about 8s for a second here. See if there's anything to be learned. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Let's think about 4s. Okay, we got 4. That means one of these has to be a 4. That means that can't be a 4, so that has to be a 4. That means that has to be a 4. That means that has to be a 4, and that means that has to be a 4. That means that one of these is a 4. 4, 4. That means one of those is a 4, and one of those is a 4. Alright, we need more 4 information to proceed. Did that tell us anything we need to know about 7s? Really just grinding this one out, man. This is... Okay, no. So that means 7 has to be on the top here, because it can't be there. It can't be there, so that has to be a 7. That means one of these has to be a 7, and it's that one. That means down here we're talking about 7s. There's that one, which means that can't be a 7, so it's that one. And there's our 7s. Let's think about 3s. That means that's a 3. That means our 3's got to be there on that one, so that has to be a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What are we missing? missing here? 3 and 9. How's Final Fantasy 14? I don't know. It's a fucking dumb. I don't know. I don't know. I heard the servers were not up yet, so I can download it off the Japanese store, but I don't think it actually works, and I don't have an account anyway, so fuck if I know. We only play real games on this stream, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 8. So that means one of these has to be an 8. One of these has to be an 8. This is... Yeah, we don't have a lot of good 8 stuff. So 8 has to be here or here, which means 8 has to be here or here. Okay. 9s. Okay, so 9 has to be here or here, which means 9 has to be there, which means 8 has to be there. Which means 8 has to be here, which means 8 has to be here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, we're still missing, still nothing to say there. One, two, so 3. All right, focus. Fours. 4, 4. Oh, I guess I can fill this one in, huh? 1, 2. This is a 9. What is that? That's a 3. Right? Yeah. Okay. So if that's a 3, then that means that that's a 3, which means this has to be a 4. So 3, 3. That means that has to be 3. Which, if I took good notes earlier, means that that has to be a 4. And then that has to be a 9 because that has to be a 3. And then that has to be a 9. And then that has to be a 3. And that means that has to be a 3. And we're finally done with fucking 3s. That's going to be a 9. 4 and 7, there's already a 4 and a 7 there. There can't be a 4 or a 7. Boy, this really got fucked around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is 8 or 9. It's already a 9 there, so that has to be an 8. That has to be a 9. That has to be an 8. That has to be a 9. That has to be an 8. That has to be a 4. That has to be a 9. That one was a motherfucker. A little more cherry lime, Ricky. Replenish. I don't know if the 15 here means that, you know, I have to get under 15 minutes for it to count for the little crown or something like that, but That one was close. Alright, this is going to be the final puzzle of the night. I don't want to burn through all 50 in one sitting. That's uncouth. I want to savor. I had to spend 500 yen plus a little bit of extra to get codes, through the internet to get this. I want to make it last. Wring every little bit of pleasure out of it. Here we go. Okay, so it can't be those, can't be those. It could be that one, or that one. So if one of those is a 3 and one of those can be a 3, then that means the 3 has to be in the middle up top. Alright, what other number are we seeing a lot of out there? Seeing some 5s, not a lot. 8. Alright, let's just stay focused. 2s. I already went through 2s. We're moving on 3s. Let's think about 4s here. Okay, so that can't be it. That can't be it. So if it's not those, then that's a 4. And then that means that's your other 4. Okay, so it's not these and it's not those, then that means it's either that or that for a 4. And that could be any one of those. Alright. We're not even, well, that's crazy, but okay. Just really able to burn through those 1s. I was feeling real good, but now I'm bogged down again. All right. So what do we got here? We got that can't be an 8, that can't be an 8. So that means it's either that, or that. Great. Not a lot of 8s. it's not useful. You know, if I lay out too many, you know, potentials like that, it's just not, you know, it's not helping. More than 4 in a square is just like, why am I even bothering? All right. Okay. Let's think about. All right. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. No, what am I doing? Dude. Fuck. 3, 3, 3. That means that could be a 3. That means that's not a 3. Wait, that can't be a 3 because we know that the 3 has to be in the middle here because of that bullshit that we were doing before. So we got 3, 3, 3. 3, 3, 3. We still don't know anything about those 3s. Still don't know anything about those 3s. But we got some 3s. Feels good about those 3s. What about 4s? Still, 4s are still just chaos, man. Okay. You want to turn on the music? Alright. We're wasting time turning on music like this. The time keeps running, but... I can't. Okay, that means that has to be an 8. That means that has to be an 8. That means that cannot be an 8. So 8 has to be here. That means that's an 8, which means that's definitely not an 8, which means that that's an 8? And that means that's an 8. Which doesn't really help us with the rest of our 8s. Because that could be an 8, or that could be an 8. Means that's got to be a 6. So we got left here 5 and 7. No information. All right. What about 6s? Any other? I guess none of that 6 stuff carries up far enough to matter. What about 5s? That can't be a 5, so that has to be a 5. Means that has to be a 7. Fives there. 5s there. Alright, let's think about bringing some 4s back in here. Alright, 4 has to be there, can't be here. So that then has to be a 4. that has to be a 4. That means, what does that mean? Nothing. That means one of these is a 4. 4. 4. So 4, 4, 4, 4. That means none of these are 4. I'm really close to sneezing also, and that's really problematic because I don't want to blink. I'm almost sneezing, and like my eyes are just watering. It's like the pressure is fucking intense, man. You don't know what it's like. All right, let's think about 9s. Can we even think about 9s? Can we talk about 9s? All right, these are not, that's not, and that's not, so that is. That means that is. That means that is. And that means we can fill in this with, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with a 6. So we got 9, 9, 9, 9. Huh. All right. So that can't be it. That can't be it. So it either has to be that one, or that one is a 9. That's not useful. That's not useful. Moving on. Let's go back to 2s here. One of those is a 2. So that means we got a 2 in the middle here. So that means one of these has to be a 2. What's our other number here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Do we know about 7s? We don't know about 7s. Yeah, we do. That has to be a 7, so that means that has to be a 7. That means that has to be a 2. Okay, so we got 2. That means that has to be a 2. That's gotta be 2. What do we got? Can't be that. That is 2 in the middle here. That means one of these is a 2. That means that's a 2. That's a 2. That means one of these is a 2. One of those is a 2. Alright. No more 2s. That's a 3. No, it's not. We already got a 3. We already got a 3 there, 3 there. So that means one of these is a 3. Okay, these are the 3s from before. We still don't know the 3s. One of these has to be a 6. We already got our middle 6, so 6s on the sides there. That has to be a 6. Which means one of these is a 6. And 6, 7, 8, 9, that's a 5. Okay. What's up with the rest of these 5s? We got 5, we want a 5 here. We need a 5 here. Somewhere in there. One of those is a 5. One of those is a 5. Fuck. Just not feeling like 5 is gonna have much more for me at this point. Alright. Let's try 7. Anything more on 7? That can't be a 7. One of these can be a 7. 7, 7, 7. 7. This still sucks. What's the other number? 2, 4, 7, 5. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one of these has to be a 6 then, right? So we already got 2, 4, 7 over there. Well, yeah, one of these has to be a 6 because it's not in any other spots. 6, 6, 6. All right. Let's look at 9s. 9, 9, 9. Nines. Music. You're right. Nope, nope, wrong button. Okay, wrong button. Sorry. Almost fucked that whole thing up. Oh, wait. Okay, now I feel it a little bit. Woo! Get loose. Just keeping it casual. It's for funsies, man. No pressure. Just Sudoku styles. Alright, let's go through and look at 8s. We have an 8 here, 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 we have an 8 here. We have an 8 here. We're missing an 8 here and an 8 here. Still don't really know exactly where these last couple of 8s go. So, what are we looking at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7, 8, and 9 are what going here. 9 is there, so that has to be a 9. 7 is there, so that has to be an 8, and then that has to be a 7. Okay, that means that can't be a 7. That means that has to be a 7. That can't be a 7. Yeah. That's got to be a 4. That means that's got to be a 4. Wait, how did I know that? How is that actual science? Yes, okay. That checks out. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. That's gotta be, what's that, 1, 2, that's gotta be 3. If that can't be a 3, that means this can be a 3. We're done with 3s! Fuck you, 3s! Suck it, 3s. Suck it in hell, 3s. No, that's, what am I doing? We're done with 3s. Alright. Let's look at these 2s. 2. 2's still not well represented out here. So let's switch it up. Okay. That's not a 9. Alright, we I feel like we still don't know enough about nines. So let's think about sixes for a little bit. I'm just too scattered, you know? I'm just like going between these numbers and not committing to a number and really doing the work, you know? Well, let's do 6 for real. Alright. What do we got? We got 6. We got 6. We got 6. We don't know about that top one. There's no 6s representing in this middle part. So we got 6, 6, and then those are 6s, and then we got 6 and 6, and those could be 6s. Man. Alright, why don't we, we'll take a look at 9s. It's like a 6. It's like a 6. We know 9's on this side here, one of these two. 9 can either be there or there. Music's got me again. I don't want to let go. Alright, we know an 8 has to be there. So, no, what? No, what? Jesus. He has to be there. Slipping. Slipping! So that's our 8s. 9 has to be there. So 9, 9, 9. 9, 9, 9. 9 has to be here, here. What's the other number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. Wheel. I just want to listen to the music forever, you guys. I want to put the controller down, or just put it up to my face and have a Sudoku music rave party. What else are we missing here? 2, 6, and 5 is the other one. Do we know anything about 5s up here? Jeez. I think I might have played too much Sudoku in one sitting, and my mind has turned to mush. The music's really... Whew. Alright, let's think about 7s. Let's think about it long and hard here. Alright, so 7s can't be on the right, they have to be here on the left. That means that can't be a 7. That means that has to be a 7. That means that's a 5. That can't be a 7, so that's a 7. That can't be a 7, so that's a 7. Those are our 7s. Alright. This can't be a 5. There's already a 5 there, but we are missing 2 and 6. And that's not necessarily useful information. Alright, 2, 5, 6. Let's look at these 9s again. No. Still no information on the 9s. Okay, let's think about fours. That's... Okay, we've got 4. That's gotta be 4. That can't be a 7. Therefore, it's gotta be a 2. 5 and 6. Do we know anything here yet? No. Alright, 5's at the side here, that can't be a 5. So that means that has to be a 5 in here somewhere. So that means that's got to be our 5. 2 and 6, any sort of information there? No. 5 and 6. How about that? No. But that is our 4. And we're done on 4s. That's 2 and 9. That can't be a 9, which means that's a 9, and we're done with 9s. We're done with 9s. So this would be a 5 or 6. What are we missing here? 5, 6, 2. That's 2. Okay, let's look at the rest of these 2s here. 2, 2, 2. 6. 6. We'll see what it does, if that 15 really is time. If that 15 there means something. The time's still winning there. I don't know. And I got a trope dog. Hot trophies. And this is all the same color, so I guess 15 minutes doesn't actually matter. And we unlocked a whole nother set of puzzles. Oh. Uh-huh. Okay. Yep. No. That. Yep. The rules of Sudoku. Hey, I got a trophy for looking through the rules. And then those are our options. Oh. All right. Well, I'm gonna go. What time is it? All right, 10:30. I gotta see if there's anything else worth downloading on the Japanese store, and then I'm gonna take off for a while and go out for a bit. So, yeah. Have a good Saturday night, or whatever. I don't know where you are. Sunday, something, right? See ya. Oh! I meant to hit stop, but I didn't hit stop!